So today we are doing the Kunti chapter. So यदुवंश के प्रसिद्ध राजा शूरसेन श्री कृष्ण के पितामह थे. So Shursen was the grandfather of Lord Shri Krishna. Okay, he had a daughter. Her name was Pritha. Okay, but Shursen has a cousin whose name was the Kunti Bhoj, and unfortunately Kunti Bhoj do not have any child. So Shursen promised that whenever he will get a child from God or in his family, he will give him to adopt the child. So according to his promise, the king Shursen, who was the grandfather of Lord Shri Krishna, gave her first daughter, whose name was Pritha, to Kunti Bhoj. And eventually the name of Pritha became the Kunti because now she was daughter of the Kunti Bhoj. Okay, her name became the Kunti. So later on, what happened once upon a time, says Durvasha. Durvasa Rishi came to the palace of Kunti. He was a very renowned sage and very short-tempered sage also. So Kunti served her. She and he became happy because for 1 year Kunti served her with so much dedication that Durvasa became happy. And Rishi Durvasa gave him a mantra. He gave a mantra. Upon chanting of that month, there was possibility or it was sure that any god will come and give the Kunti a son. And Durvasa Rishi went to the forest. One day Kunti was thinking that let's try that power of mantra. Maybe it may be true, it may be false. Let's see it. So she tried that mantra and she asked for the sun, the sun god. Sun god came, and due to his boon, Karna took birth. Okay, Karna took birth. But the Kunti was at that time Kunti was not married, so it was considered a bad thing that unmarried girl is going to produce a child named as the Karna. So she kept that child into a basket, and this child was flowed into the river Ganges. In the river Ganga, the child was flowing, and then what happened? A charioteer known as the Adhirath. The charioteer name was the Adhirath, who find that child flowing in the river of Ganga. So that Adhirath child, the Adhirath kept that child because he also do not have any child. So Adhirath started to take care of that child. So his name was the Karan. Many people say Radhe also because Adhirath's wife name was the Radha. So now later on what happened? Kunti became young. She became eligible to get married. Then Raja Kunti Bhoj organized this Swayamvar. So many people came, many kings came, and the king Pandu also came. So the marriage of Pandu happened with the Kunti. Okay. Pandu and Kunti was the husband and wife. Later on, also Pandu married with a girl known as Madri. So Pandu has the two wives, Kunti and Madri. But they also did not have the child. Once upon a time, they were playing in a forest, and unfortunately, Pandu killed the sage. a sage. Sage was with his wife. The sage was in the disguise of a deer. They were playing in the disguise of a deer. So what happened? Pandu could not recognize him. That is it a deer or a sage? And he killed him. So while dying, that Rishi and his wife gave him a sharp curse that you will die. If you will go near to your wife, you will die. So it was a problem. Then Kunti and Madri said, okay, I have a mantra. And Kunti said, I have a mantra, due to influence of which, with influence of which, we can produce a child. So Kunti gave this mantra to Madri also. And with the help of gods, they produced 5 children. Kunti and Madri produced 5 children. Those are those queen, and their husband was the Pandu. So from the Pandu, 5 Pandavas took birth. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. So what happened later on? They went to the forest and he forget about the sharp. So Madri, he went near to the Madri and Pandu died. So both ladies became very sad because they have become widowed, and Madri thought that due to me, my husband has died. So she also died. So due to this, the Kunti and all 5 Pandavas became very sad. So the sages of the forest told them, don't worry, everything will be okay, all right. And they returned to their grandfather Bhishma or Devrat. And Yudhishthir at that time was 16 years old. But he was a minor, he was not a major to become a king. So Dhritarashtra was declared king until and unless Yudhishthir become a major. And their mother-in-law Satyavati, along with Ambika and Ambalika, went to the forest and later on they died. Okay.